Next story.
Racing257.com. Verstappen bitter over second stint picking up Autobahn garbage. Günther Steiner.
3 minutes.
Formula One champion Max Verstappen has voiced his frustration over being sentenced to another round of community service following his outbursts during the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The reigning champion, who was ordered by the FIA to perform community service after describing his car as fucked in a post-race interview, expressed bitterness about having to once again clean up litter along the German Autobahn, a punishment similar to one he served in 2018 after a physical altercation with Esteban Ocon at Interlagos.
I'm filthy each day when I go home, Verstappen said in a heated interview. My work clothing is only fit for burning. I've found everything from needles to use condoms, liquor bottles, and rotten food crawling with maggots. I'm a racing driver, not a sanitation worker.
The 2018 incident saw Verstappen shoving Ocon in the paddock after a mid-race clash that cost the Dutchman a likely victory. The punishment? 3 days spent collecting trash along Germany's busiest highway, clad in fluorescent overalls. Now, 6 years later, Verstappen finds himself back in the same fluorescent gear, once again at the mercy of the litterbugs that plague the Autobahn.
My girlfriend has to go through my hair looking for ticks after every shift, Verstappen lamented, visibly irked, and all for saying one curse word, which wasn't even directed at anyone. It's just ridiculous. Are we 5 or 6 year olds, to be treated as children?
The FIA has defended the decision, insisting that the punishment is fair and reflective of its new zero-tolerance policy on unsportsmanlike behavior. FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem emphasized that the penalty was meant to remind drivers that they are role models. Max is one of the best drivers in the world, but there are consequences to using inappropriate language on a global stage, Ben Sulayem said. This is not the first time he's been involved in an incident, and community service is an important way for him to give back.
Verstappen, however, is unmoved. I'm all for being a role model, but there are better ways to handle this. I didn't push anyone this time, and yet here I am, back to dodging speeding cars on the side of the highway, picking up trash like I'm some kind of delinquent.
Red Bull Racing Team principal Christian Horner also expressed his disappointment in the decision. It's a bit harsh, to be honest. Max is a fierce competitor, and he wears his emotions on his sleeve, but collecting trash on the Autobahn?
Fans of the Red Bull driver have taken to social media, with the hashtag #FreeMax trending globally. Some have suggested that Verstappen's punishment would be better spent teaching racing lessons to aspiring drivers, while others simply sympathize with the world champion's disgust.
Though frustrated, Verstappen remains focused on his racing duties. It's annoying, yes, he said. Anything at all would be a better use of my time, but I'll get through it. If anything, it's just made me more determined to keep winning, because the more I win, the harder it'll be for them to keep sending me out to pick up garbage.